All right, Joe.
This is a meeting night and we are in session. So
I will
have a
read the
pledge of allegiance.
disclaimer first. Your attendance and participation in the meeting is considered your consent to the rebroadcast of the meeting on the Town of Fallerton YouTube channel and any other sites that the Town of Fallerton uses.
Need a roll call real quick. I'll get the roll call. Okay, do the pledge first.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, you do roll call.
Okay.
All right, roll call. Joe Seward,
Aye.
Janet Daly,
Present.
Steve Turner.
Yep.
And myself, Michelle Roberts.
I guess the first thing we'll just have, so reading the minutes, we'll just have
Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin Boyle.
Yeah.
And he wants to give his presentation about
Yeah.
the site.
Yeah. So, stand up here. So, I'm going to go through it. Steve, me, Janet, and Joe.
Yes.
Steve, Janet, Joe. Okay. So, couple things real quick. Obviously, I'm Kevin Boyce with Republic Services. Replaced your last representative who passed unexpectedly back in January. So, been up a couple times to see Michelle to make sure service got squared away, because I know we had a couple months there where service was up and down on us. We have made some changes, and I think Michelle will attest over the last couple months, things have been a lot better. And all that was from feedback from you folks and quite honestly, a couple other municipalities around the area. So things are going well. We've changed our operations manager. We've changed our route supervisor. So you'll meet Roger at some point in time.
Okay.
I don't know if he's been in yet or
No,
not.
I
Actually.
haven't
Okay.
heard from you, so.
So we actually brought him up from Florida. He ran our Tampa operation for quite a while. So he's up logistics for Tampa. So he's up here. He's his wife's from the area. So they moved back to be close to family. So he's been fantastic for us. Our new ops manager's been great for us. So things have really smoothed out. So want to apologize for that couple months of hiccups, but we were able to get that straightened away. Second, your contract comes up end of February.
Yeah.
The beginning of March, is that end of? Yeah. So just wanted to talk to you and present to you an extension opportunity. I wanted to give you a little background on some things that have been happening in your area. Just so when you see the numbers I'll present to you, you feel much better about them. So we actually just extended with Jonesboro. And it went to bid. It went out and got several bids. So we were able to retain that for a first year of 1622 in its same service. It's just trash. Okay, no recycling. And then Mayor Goins was kind enough to give me the competition's
Imagine Mr. Goins.
proposal, which what they did is just matched our price. So again, it was 1622 per home, 1703 second year, and 1788 third year. So I'll leave that lay there so we can refer to it. And then after talking to Michelle, we did put together an extension just for you to look at. Not asking for you to take action on it, but it is year one is 1525, year two is 1602, year three is 1685. So actually, you guys are in really good shape per month rate compared to what's going on around your area. Yeah. So somehow you managed to negotiate a really good price last time. So that just rolls over to this time as well. So again, just for your referral, and you can talk about it. I'll leave that here with Michelle, and you think through it. And
You
just,
take the town of Flowers. most of the people are older people and they have less price than they do when you have younger people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes that helps a little bit. The
Yeah.
volumes are probably not as heavy, for sure. And a lot of times it's based on stops. The good news for the town itself is we have a lot of what we call subscription business around town. So we fold that into that. So it's, even though you're a smaller town, it's part of a larger route.
Transportation wise, you even that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can, if we were just looking at the town coming here, picking up just down, heading back, it would be much higher. But again, because we have a very large subscription route around you, it gets us to about 800 stops a day, which is where we really like to be for a truck and the most efficient service. Okay. So, any questions on that?
Kevin, I have a question. Do you
Yes.
have the house count? Did the driver get a
I
house
will
count?
ask Michael on that.
Because I just want
He
to make
hasn't
sure.
sent anything to me, but I know he was going to do it.
Right, okay.
Um,
I just want to
so
make
we
sure when
probably
they
have it.
look at that
Yeah, no,
times that out.
yeah,
and then-
absolutely. So, based on that,
Okay,
there's no home count on there, I don't think.
okay,
And that's just so we can do that. So I don't want to charge you for 120 and only be 111 out there,
Right.
right? So,
okay,
we can at least get that paperwork process
Ah,
started.
right, okay,
And then we can verify the home count.
okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Anything else?
If this changes any time in between a year and the contract, can you change the number of houses on that, or you keep the same?
Well, so what we typically do with all of our customers is we can do several things. It's just an annual count. But Michelle will probably know on a monthly basis if you lose a home or add a home. So if that happens, then we'll rely on Michelle just to say, hey, we added a home or we lost a home, take one off or add one or however that goes about right. So we're not by any means locked into a home count for 3 years, right? We're really locked into a home count, depending on how often she wants to do that monthly, right? So you
So
can change that
basically it would
monthly.
be the first year would be 1525
Correct.
times whatever
Yeah.
it is. And
Yeah.
if in 27 it changes, or whether we have 112 or we have
Yeah.
120, it's the first year's 1525 times that
Correct.
many.
Yeah.
And then, okay,
The home count won't change that. So, and I didn't show you
no, that's okay.
this piece as well. That's the Jonesboro bid package. that
Sometimes
you
you
see
see
here.
them come in and
Okay.
see them go
That's
out.
really
That's
good
Everybody
position.
else.
Close to home. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I've seen them.
Yeah, ours, and this is the final contract with Jonesboro, Mary Coins up there. So, you can see you're actually lower all 3 years.
1622, 1687, and 1754. Okay.
Well, the reason I heard it was when we put the sewage line in, one of the concern was when we put the rate out, that we put the count less because we had a lot of mobile homes.
Yeah.
And mobile homes would come and go.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
if you take,
That's a good
when
point.
you take the rate on and you put that rate there,
Hmm.
we're making our payments on the sewage plant line.
Right.
All of a sudden you lost 4 or 5 mobile homes, which wasn't hard to do.
Yeah.
It made a real big change on your intake. So
Well, that's absolutely right.
So we-
It
that made it last, and then we got taken care of through the time. So
and, certainly when it affects everything, right?
yes, it
Your
affects
water-
everything. Yeah.
Water, sewage, all that, right? If somebody 4 moves out of a community of 112, that's
It's a lot.
3% of your population, right? And you got to regain that 3% through
That's
raise
like
fees
what we
to others,
talked
right?
about.
Yeah.
Is like that number may, whether it's lowered
Hmm.
5 or 8, may not sound like a lot,
Right.
but to our size of a town,
Well, it
that
absolutely
adds
does. Yeah,
up
it
very,
does
very
quickly.
quickly out of the
Yeah.
account for
Yeah.
the year. So,
Agreed. So, we can do that annually, but we can also rely on you
Okay.
on a monthly to say, hey, we're only going to have 110
okay.
moving forward or whatever it is.
Okay.
So,
All right.
again, it works out well for us because we're situated in an area where we have a lot of subscriptions. So if we lose a couple homes here,
Yes.
it doesn't hurt us as if we were coming here and picking up and leaving and going back, right? So, so the good news is that the rate wouldn't fluctuate.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, it makes a lot of difference.
It does, absolutely
Yeah,
does.
so,
So,
actually, when our thing, but we was locked into, had a loan, so we locked into that. So you lose 5 things, somebody's got to pick up that 5,
no,
they
absolutely.
got payments, you know, now.
Yeah.
Now this is bad, but still, something's got to make up, but we lose, 5, we don't have 5, and we got, the rest of them got to pick up someplace.
Yeah, you got to make up or
come up
use
with
less
something.
water or something, or use more water or something. So, so if you have any questions, I left you my card. Please holler. You've been a valued customer of ours for a long time, and we appreciate that, and hope we can continue to service you in the future. All right.
Well, the arms on the truck have made a lot of difference in the way you pick up trash.
Well, yeah.
Louis Richard was always our guy around here,
Yeah.
and he took 2 guys picking things up, and like one guy does, he's down the road, before he ever gets started. So
Yeah. Well, and that's the deal, and that's I tell everybody that trash rates are the best bargain in the world, right? Because for you to get a pizza out here to your home, it's probably $25.
They don't
right?
come.
Okay. Or to go pick up a pizza
Yeah,
somewhere is $25.
You gotta
right?
meet them at Ron Wilson's house.
Yeah. So you get a little dough, a little tomato sauce, a little cheese, and some meat on a 12-inch pizza for $25. We come to your house 4 times a month, take your trash away, and put it in a landfill, and then manage it for 50 years in that landfill, right?
Yeah.
So
And keep the government off your back.
yeah, right. So it really is kind of the best bargain around. So, but again, you value customers, and we're looking forward to continue to servicing you folks if all goes well. Okay.
All right.
All
So
right.
if they have any questions, Kevin, after they look over this,
Yep.
is it you that I would reach
Yeah,
out to, or is
yeah.
it Michael?
Well, just reach out to me.
Okay.
It's easier.
All right.
And we'll get you answered. And
Okay.
I'll follow up on that house count because I
Okay.
guess it's probably already done.
Okay.
I just didn't have a chance to talk to Michael today before I came up.
Okay.
All right, counselors, thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
You guys
Thank you for coming.
good
Yes,
evening.
appreciate
If
it.
I don't see you, have a great holiday.
you drive careful on the way home.
And I will drive carefully on the way home.
What's the traffic out there?
Well, I'm going 69 and south.
There you go.
That
That's
is
scary
bad.
enough.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Take care.
69 scary enough. They're upside down out there all the time.
Yes.
Fuck that
So-
trash.
For reference on the numbers for the contract, and I'll bring this back around. Let me write these down. 15, 25, so you can look at it some more. That means that they are not raising the rate for that first year of the contract. Because it is, this is what we currently are doing right now. So they've basically not done a raise for the first
First time.
year of the third. And I can tell you that, like, Jonesboro's then, we're a good $1.67 lower. Okay, and clear up to that third year, we're still more than $1 lower than surrounding. So, after the meeting closes, if you want, I can make you a copy of this if
Okay.
anybody wants it, so that way you guys can look at it and then decide when you're gonna discuss it, whether it's the end of the year meeting or
Yeah.
not. Because
Probably want to mention next meeting.
probably, I would say that the 22nd, we'd wanna look at that, so.
Well, other than just a few bumps we've had last couple of months, they really do a pretty good job.
Mhm.
And somewhat makes the town a lot cleaner than it used to be,
Yeah.
Well, Louis and the boys did a good job here, and then George Arms used to come by and he needed liquor and haul your trash. Remember that?
Yeah, so I know that customer service had gotten much better towards the end of summer, and they did have some management changes, and then it just kind of took a couple more months, I think, for the route to get better. And I know they made changes, because I know when they were here, he had said that they had several that were doing the training on the trash truck. They did a big hiring They had done some hiring sessions and they weren't getting quality applicants, so they didn't want to hire from those sessions because they didn't want to bring on people that they knew wasn't going to work out. So that's why there was a lot of subs for a little bit. And then
Everybody has that
now,
problem.
yeah, so he did say when they were here, it was currently the week where they go down to one of the southern states and do training on the truck. So he said that they did hire. So I can say on both ends, route driver and customer service has gotten much better. They reach out consistently right now. So, and I would hope that that would continue if you guys extend, but I wanted to make sure you saw that that first year would be the same. And if we can do adjust counts, like I could even look at in quarterly, and if I see that it went down a couple, I can let them know we're down, and just kind of touch base with them like on a quarterly basis or something with it, or monthly. So whatever you guys decide to do.
Trying to look at it, look like where we're at, because I mean, if you take, if there's yard for every house, whether somebody there or not, it's still gonna be paying extra. Because you have somebody that's not living there, you're not charging trash.
Yeah.
They're just charging you.
Correct. So I know in your guys, in the town's ordinance, there's the ordinance when it comes regarding wastewater, that if no one's there, that it can drop to half rate. But there's no ordinance that says if the house is empty, that there's then no trash, no fee. At least I haven't come across one. But there is the wastewater one that you guys passed an ordinance that says if nobody's there, it can drop to, it drops to 22 instead of 44.80. But I've not found anything that says on the trash, if the house is livable but it's vacant, that it can drop to zero, because we're still, we've been getting charged.
Sure.
I think what you're gonna have to do is take a look, how many people do we normally have that does not pay because they're vacant? Do we have 5 homes doing that, 6 homes? Whatever that is, I mean, figure out what the average of that is.
Okay.
And then you take and you raise the rate up from whatever that is,
Okay.
and another 75 cents or something.
Okay.
That will offset
The loss.
that cost
Yeah.
that if pick up a thing, because any business you have, if you have a loss because somebody stole money from your cash register or whatever, you have a loss, you need to write that in, and so we need to write that in, so we're not borrowing a beer to pay Paul, and that will make up our deficit some.
Right.
At least keep it up there.
Yeah, because that's literally what we're doing right now. So those homes that are in the count that are not built because nobody's there, basically the town is, we still are paying for that. So, okay.
So and we always discussed that before, and the state didn't want to go along with it. And we have the extra in the sewage, and so we should take that and pay that, because really the basic is you're paying the sewage, you're paying the trash out at the same one bill. And we'll be able to do that. I guess we'll have to push more on to get that, if we can't get the rectified. So if we have to pick up the loss on it, because otherwise we're gonna do something about that sometime.
Yeah.
So we need to work on that more. We need to look at this, and so when this comes up, we can, see where we're at on it, and then come up with a figure that's,
So a solution that'll cover that and get it down.
so if we don't have that, we got something.
Okay. Well, by the 22nd meeting, I can give you count of what's been our highest norm, and then kind of how it fluctuates, because all I have to do is pull all the monthly reports, and it has a number of how many were billed, and then I can see how many were zero. So
if they're not there, they reap the harvest of that, because they don't have to pick up that trash. you know, and it isn't that much because they're coming anyways, but, you know, they're the ones because they don't have that. So,
All right. And then by then too, he will have gotten me what the driver showed like this past week or whatever. So that way that would at least be somewhat current. I'm sure that with the weather though too, that some I'll be able to at least tell by the numbers.
You know, you got some people have 2 cans out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that pencil in anywhere?
No, our contract is for 2 cans per household.
If need
If they
be.
want a third can, then they would need to pay extra, and we would need to find out how
Yeah.
much that is. Does the third one make it count as a whole,
Pick up.
like a whole nother pickup where that would be another 15, do you see what I'm saying? Another 15.25, which would be my guess, but I can get clarification on that because if each household is allowed 2, that third one probably trips that it's another count.
Pickup,
And
yeah.
so they would need to be billed accordingly to that. So, and that just be something I don't know that anybody sets out.
I've not seen any 3s.
There
I've seen
used
2,
to be
but-
somebody that did, but they don't live here any longer because I had said something, but then they moved. So it's been a couple years. So, but nobody should have 3 trash cans to be setting 3 out.
I mean, they come every week.
So, but that would be something I can find out.
Unless
But if
somebody
somebody
from out of town
did
bring the trash in.
do
put
the
it in yard.
third.
That's been known to happen.
and most of them don't have it. You don't even have 2, just have 1.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
have
There's
one.
just very few that have 2.
Yeah.
Well, they get out pretty easy with that because they don't have near as much.
Yeah.
So
What we do is if we're cleaning out our garage and Sandy's got an extra one, Joe fills it up and takes it down there. If Sandy's doing something, we just kind of ask your neighbor. So, okay, I'll get that information by the 22nd and then.
you guys read your minutes?
Yeah.
Any questions about them?
It's pretty simple.
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll second that.
Any question about them at all?
No.
All in favor, say aye then.
Aye.
It's carried, I guess.
There's the one for signature. And then Steve, after you sign it, if you just want to put it in the corner and then I'll come around then because I'm going to be bringing you a financial report to initial here after we get through it. Okay, on your financial report for November, your bank balances are at the top, and then your CDs. And in the middle, we have our outstanding transactions. General fund has an outstanding check. And then wastewater has an outstanding deposit, which you see is the exact same amount. What that is, and you'll see a voucher in the green stack for that $69.28.99. What that is, and I provided you with a paper that's underneath your financial sheet. When we get our disbursements from the county, so when we got the fall disbursement on the 24th of November, it shows people that paid their sewer liens. And so when they send the payment to us for that, it's done electronically, just like our property taxes are, but they deposit, it goes straight to the general fund, like when they do their property taxes. So then what we have to do every year is we have to take that amount and the town then writes a check to the wastewater account. And then it gets dispersed that way. So that's why you'll see it's out from the town because the general fund received it. And then it goes to wastewater. We do that twice a year. So then you have your balance minus your outstanding checks plus deposit, which obviously is the same from the total up at the top. Down at the bottom, you have your book balances. And those first few I have with a total, that's all of your general fund in your checking. Your sanitation and wastewater is there. So the total book balances is your number down at the bottom. And then once we add our investments, then we have our total. And as you can see, then it's in balance with the bank. Page 2 is just that breakdown, but in the fund system. So you'll be able to see that that total down in your corner matches the total that's at the bottom of the page. And then every one of those book balances match up your column under current balance. Page 3 is your general fund. And again, it's just the breakdown of general fund. We're required to print each fund out. So that balance there. And then page 4 is that outstanding check from the town to the town. Page 5 is your sanitation and sewage, your utility account. And page 6 is the outstanding transaction for utility account, which would be the deposit from that general fund check. And then page 7 is your fund report breakdown of rainy day, which matches the front. So we did have, as you can see, this copy here, this is what we were dispersed for property tax, license excise tax. So we got 19,412.50 for fall disbursement. And I went ahead and just wrote down at the bottom on your copy what we got in the spring. So you could kind of see in the fall for property tax, we got the 17,265.59. In the spring, it was 23,188. Spring's always higher because a lot of people pay their tax all at the beginning of the first one, rather than break it up into two. So I went ahead and gave you your yearly totals of what we received from property taxes. And I can grab you while you're looking at that, I'll go grab you the lien page that shows that 6,900.
All these things come about when they talk about this new law coming into effect. It could really change things drastically, how much money they're going to get.
So this number here, in that first gray, that it will match that outstanding check and that outstanding deposit, because that's how to get it. Because you've probably not seen a report like this, so it'll tell you the name, and then it'll tell you how much they paid. And so, like, if you look down at the bottom, like they've paid, and it shows what they paid, and then it'll show all the different liens that it is applied to. And so then I will release those liens. Okay.
Talk about taxes. I know what Gas City's talking about with the schools over and the transportation.
Well, you know, this last year they wanted to get that special tax. I think it was 85 million they wanted, and they got part of it, and everybody got upset. And now they're having to take that money to use it operating. But what were they thinking about before?
You know, you hear a lot of things. You know, they want to add on to the school and add on an auditorium. They got 700 students that don't pay taxes in Gas City. You know, they come over from outside that town.
It's a lot of students.
It's a boom town. It's going to come with a price.
Yeah.
I mean, you can reap it back in what you own. Your property value is going to go up. But, you know, that's not a good thing if you don't pay that. And I don't think they're done. You know, I just know that the land across from the Performing Arts Center is getting ready to be put into a parking lot. I think that's sold for $80,000 an acre for that piece of land. What's his name? Did you go out to Crawls and buy any of that land out there? They sold all three. Of course, Mike Presnell got, well, he's always been farming. I think, what Henry Olinger got some of it, and then Chastain may got some of it. There's 3 farms involved in that. I don't know how many acres there was. I don't think it's that many acres. Soft muck land anyway.
Do you guys have any questions about the financial report?
Yeah, everybody got nothing about it. Yeah, you got a question about it?
I'll let you look at that so you can see that it matches. If you guys can just initial
They were
somewhere
down
near the
working on
bottom.
Sewer thing was just doing general maintenance down there yesterday or day before yesterday.
There was a pump had a problem.
I was seeing the Harper City man come in and stop there. Of course, Dale rang my bell. Said, somebody down there working. I said, yeah, I think they got.
The pump was giving problems, so they had to pull the pump out to fix the problem.
Pretty handy to have all that on that truck. Ain't it?
I do know that they calibrated the flow, right? Because we had a bill, it was like $265 from the company that came out and did that. I think it's.
Flow meter.
Yeah, they were there a long time.
Yep. So that bill is in there as well. So that's all I have on financials, Joe.
See, this time next year, they're gonna take, we have, you like to have the property that's depreciated. I think it was like it's 85,000 before, and now it's gonna be 2 million. So you take, and I said for the farmers, they need to do something because they have a lot of machinery. You got $5-6 million of machinery. And now you take 2 million off, that's gonna make a big change on the amount of money they take in.
I'm gonna grab these so before they get.
Shuffle away.
It's gonna make a big difference, everybody's gonna look at it. So
Yeah.
we're in good enough shape we can take it, but, most of you guys are gonna have that kind of problem, so. I guess we don't have anybody public to have any comments, do we? Unless you guys got something you wanna say about
What did you find out about the Blue House and pole barn down there? Did you find anything out about where Molynex's place was? Is there people actually buying that, living in that, or did you have any contact with them?
Every time I talk to them, I don't know, they still don't pay, do they? I guess,
I
So
wondered as
it
much.
goes
Good
now it's like every 4 months. Because when it hits the 200 is when it triggers a lien in the system. So I do know that when the neighbor, Charles Hoskins, came in to pay his bill, he had wondered if we had made contact with him at least about the dogs because he hadn't seen them, or at least they weren't approaching on his property for the last few days. So I told him that at our last meeting it was brought, I did discuss it with you guys and that you were going to drive down randomly and see if they were around and say something to him about that. So I haven't heard anything, any complaints or anything like it's ongoing or happening again. So hopefully things will be better.
You got anything in old business you want to bring up? Anything, Michelle?
I would just say thank you for the Christmas lights. They look good.
Yes.
And thank you for the snow plowing.
Yes.
That is extremely helpful. So, but I have no other old business because Kevin came in and talked. I was going to share that with you. And then I don't have any other old.
How about some new?
On new, added our salary ordinance that we do. The green copy, I stapled a green and a blue, and I put it on colored paper so that way we wouldn't think that it was the actual. The green copy is the ordinance for the 2025, which was this year. And as you can see then in the middle was each of those that we had, and this is, those three come out of general. And then the monthly utility fund clerk, that's for the wastewater sanitation portion of my job. That's what the salary is. So that's the 2025. The 2026 is copied on the blue paper. And all I did was change up at the top to say 2026 salaries, change the date. So whether you want to sign it tonight and pass it as is, or if you want to look over it, and then at the 22nd meeting, if you want to make any changes then I can have it pulled up and type any changes, and then you can pass it on the 22nd. Either or is whatever you guys want to do. I just figured it was easier if I copied the current year to, so basically nothing on there is changed except for the date.
That's our general ordinance for number 325.
Well, last year, because this would be our, if you guys sign it either tonight or the 22nd, it would be our third ordinance of 2025. The one that for 2025, the ordinance is made the year prior to it going into effect, because you guys usually do it at your December meeting at one of the two.
Okay.
So that's why the number at the top is a different than what the pay year is, because that's when you're passing it. So,
We're going to do this at our last meeting.
okay. If that's what you want to do, guys can look over it as well as the trash stuff, and then I can put it on old business. Okay.
You got anything else to do, Dennis?
I do not.
You guys have anything you need to bring up?
I got a new neighbor, you knew that, across the street, sold.
It sold fast, like within a day.
The guy was happy to get it, and he lives in Moonville, down there by Lake, and him and his mother will live there. They're in the process of moving in, you know, they come and go, and the weather's not been real nice for him to do that, but, I know he's filled the pole barn up with his stuff. He works in Anderson, and his mom works in Anderson. I wish I could remember their names, but me and Dale went over and introduced ourselves and kind of got to know him a little bit. And he needed a place to park our cars, so I said, let me park in front of my pole barn, because I don't use that driveway in the winter time, because he needs to put more driveway over there for what he's got, so. Seems like a nice fella.
Yeah,
He's
she
got a
called
son
me.
that's a senior Alec.
Yeah, she called me the day that they were picking keys up, and said that Thad had said to contact me.
It
So
happened fast.
it's taken care of, and all that is switched over. It did. I think Thad said it sold within a day.
Yeah. This guy was
I think less than 24 hours when they listed it.
really
Yes,
good.
yes, and they sold that fast? Decided didn't buy it.
No. Guy went and looked at it, but no, he didn't buy it.
That's what they say.
She works at Anderson Community Hospital, and he works in some machine shop in Anderson. Has two Harley Davidsons and a race car, a boat and a camper. So he's got plenty of yard there. Jane Ann's talked to him about the neighbor on the other side. They've come to agreements what's going to take place back there, because there's a lot back there that belongs to that house there. That's right next to Jane Ann. Shelton's were supposed to change that over to her, but you know, once the mother passed away, the boys didn't do. So there's strip there, you know, there's supposed to be an alley there, as you well know. There's also a piece of land that belongs to the old Ford house there. What's it worth? You know, what do we get out of it, I guess?
The only thing I have is a reminder. We've already said it. Monday, December 22nd at 7 p.m. will be our end of the year meeting.
December 22nd.
December 22nd. It's a Monday, 2 weeks from now, 7 p.m. And then that will give me enough time to follow up or do any of this paperwork. And I'll probably just have a very few vouchers. Okay.
Anybody else, anything?
Make a motion, we adjourn this meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Hang on just a second. Let me end the stream.